You guys doing okay?
Yeah,
Yeah.
how are you?
All right, good. So what'd you guys think of Meterpreter and some of the stuff that it can do? Kind of interesting?
Yep.
Okay. All right, guys, so now it's time to really get down. How many of you guys, if you hit enter a few times, your Meterpreter prompt is still alive? The Meterpreter still alive?
Uh,
Yep,
All
2
right.
active sessions.
Okay. Yeah, so jump in.
my sessions are all dead.
Huh?
My sessions are all dead.
Okay. So you remember how to get it back, right?
Uh, yeah.
So you go back into Windows 7,
Mhm.
delete everything that might be in front of the address, if there's anything there, and then just re-hit enter.
Right. Mm.
So now is it starting to make sense that exit on session equals false? It's kind of allowing us to re-exploit the machine.
Okay.
Okay, did you get your session back?
I did. How do I do that? Yeah. It's up. MSF. I'm an MSF
Okay, now you need the sessions.
session. Sessions.
This and and then one of the session IDs.
All right. All right.
All right, got it?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. So now that you're at your interpreter prompt, I want you to type run space and hit your tab 2 times.
All right.
Okay? Has it got a whole bunch of possibilities to look at?
235.
go ahead and hit Y and start scrolling through some of them.
PowerShell, enumerate PuTTY, enumerate shares, enumerate VMware, countermeasures. Credentials gathering. Manage multi-terpreter injection. That sounds interesting.
Yeah, so the thought process behind that is, let's say you've got 4 or 5 Meterpreter sessions, and you want to run stuff across several of them, kind of like a botnet.
All right, what do I miss?
Not much. All we were doing was just kind of thumbing through some Meterpreter stuff.
Okay.
So you're at Meterpreter. All I want you to do is just type run, space, hit your tab 2 times.
Okay, let me log on to.
You make sure your sessions are still active.
Oh, yeah, that's correct. I did ask for that as well.
Yeah, my Windows 7, yeah. It's down.
Now, guys, all I'm really looking for you to do is just kind of cruise through some of these. One of the things that's frustrating about Metasploit is if you're not, like, really following the updates, new interpreter scripts get added all the time. If you're not, like, a real power user, you have no idea what new functionality gets added. And the only way to really know is to go through the scripts and look at the source code yourself. They do publish a roadmap. They do publish a forum on the website. But again, you know, you're basically going to be, in order to be a power user, you have to live it. I mean, you have to just constantly be updating it. If you update every day, and I think you guys can see that I really like Metasploit, but if you update Metasploit every day, you will see hundreds of changes every day. They are constantly tweaking on Metasploit. So what's the problem with that? If you update Metasploit every day, a percentage of Metasploit will be broken every day. And that's just the truth. You're going to be like, this worked yesterday. Why is it not working today? And it's just because there's so much change in the tool itself. So most guys who are really serious about their Metasploit run 2 different forks of Metasploit. So what they do is they run a stable branch, and then they run a dev branch. So the stable branch is the one that you're not updating so often because it's what you're using for penetration testing. And you don't want to get in the habit of using stuff on penetration tests that you haven't tried out in a lab so that you know you're comfortable using it, right? But if you're a person who just really wants to get comfortable with Metasploit, I would definitely say to use the dev branch, which is the branch that we're on right now, and really go through the stuff. Like I'm trying to show you, we're constantly looking at the source code of these scripts because that's really the only way you really learn this stuff. I haven't really found books to be that helpful. I haven't really found, a bunch of blogs to be that helpful. If you really want to learn how this stuff works, you really have to just jump into it and use it. And you muddle through it. That's just the simple truth. You muddle through it. Now, as you start to muddle through it, that's when the books and the blogs and the YouTube videos kind of become helpful. What tends to happen is it's kind of one of those things like you don't know what you don't know. So until you start kind of messing around, you don't know what to ask. You don't know what would be interesting to even try with Metasploit, because you probably didn't know that it had a whole section on database attacks, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, what we want to try right now, I don't remember if option 2 worked or not. I'm pretty sure option 2 did not work for some reason, but let's just give it a shot. So let me grab this. I'm going to make a quick change. Okay, so I'm going to pop out of Meterpreter. I'm going to background it. Let's all this in again. See if it works. And boom. Works for me.
Alright, let's see.
So what I just did, if you did a refresh on your paste bin, I just did lines 1047 to 1061. Now, can you guys look through those and tell me what's the difference? What's the difference between option 1 and option 2?
Okay.
Setting the password of the hash on option 2.
There you go. Beautiful. Hey, Roland, you got like a lot of scratching or something. I don't know if you have a microphone issue.
Did you still start it, or I've been using the same microphone?
No, I don't mean like static. I mean scratching. Like,
Oh,
yeah. There you go. Looks like you got it.
yeah, let me just...
I think you were doing cartwheels on your table.
Possibility.
Doing backflips. Okay. All right, so I think that was Scott who just spoke, but yeah, got it absolutely perfect. The difference was, in the previous case of lateral movement, we said use exploit Windows PS exec. We logged in with user workshop. We logged in with password, and we connected to the machine. In this case, we did the exact same thing, but what did we log in with? Scott was correct. We logged in with that password hash that we stole from earlier. So if you guys remember earlier, you did a hash dump. You literally just copied that hash, and now you can move laterally throughout the network. So I want you guys to think about those things when you hear people talk about password complexity. Any of you guys work in places where they have real stringent password complexity requirements?
Yeah.
Uppercase, lowercase.
16 characters, upper, lower, alphanumeric, special characters, everything.
Absolutely. Special sauce, lettuce, cheese, right? So they do all that, but now that you're seeing, techniques like pass the hash, once the attacker compromises the machine and steals the hash, is it even necessary for him to crack it?
Not at all.
Not at all. Now, let's see. Skip. Okay. Here's a log from a couple of guys, some buddies of mine, and they're Army Red Team guys. So if you're interested in the subject of hash passing, you'll see that they did a ton of additional research on passing the hash with specifically some really new, interesting ways of doing it. Again, it's kind of outside the scope of this class, but I do think if you have an interest in this kind of stuff, it's something you should look at, because they did a ton of cool things. For example, using Pash the Hash with SharePoint, using Pash the Hash with MS SQL Server. So they just did a lot of really, really interesting things. And I got the Pash the Hash with SharePoint stuff working. I never did the database one, but I got this one using PTH with Firefox working. I got that one working. It was some pretty cool stuff. So as far as internal pen tests are concerned, this is really kind of taking it to the next level, because, effectively one set of hashes can literally be the key to the whole environment if you really, really get comfortable with this whole pass the hash technique. Because, quite honestly, what in your environment today isn't using Windows authentication? Very few shops have aggressively moved to two-factor auth. Very few shops have aggressively moved to some sort of PKI implementation. And even with those PKI implementations, they're not 100% against things like this, because, remember, oftentimes, these types of tokens and certificates and things like that are stored in memory as hashes that can be extracted as well. So, just something to think about. Okay, guys. This time what we want to do is we want to get in and start kind of playing around with some Meterpreter scripts themselves. So, what we want to do is we want to have an active Meterpreter session. You want to have an active Meterpreter session. Now, if you're using PuTTY like I've been asking you to do, in PuTTY you can right-click on the top of PuTTY and you can choose the option Duplicate Session. Duplicate Session. And what that'll do is that'll log you into a second session of PuTTY. So you'll have your second session of PuTTY. Now in your second session of PuTTY, I'm going to do line 1091.
Alright, let me log in.
So in your second session of PuTTY, we're going to do line 1091. Okay, so it echoes. All the echo command does is print something to the screen. Now what you're choosing to do is you're choosing to redirect. That's what that greater than sign does. Redirects that print to the screen into a text file, into the Metasploit scripts interpreter. And our script is called Hello World. And all it's literally going to say is Hello World. That's it. So I enter that. Did that work for you guys?
No, I'm just waiting, just loading up the second session actually.
Okay.
Can we use something besides Hello World? It's used
Absolutely.
everywhere.
Absolutely.
How about Goodbye Cruel World?
And where is that on the page window? Oh, 1091?
1091.
Okay. All right, no, still waiting here.
Okay. Finally getting it logged in, buddy?
No, still waiting. Since this is still. Okay, got it now. Okay, there we go. Now, man. Okay, so. Alright, so we paste in the go 1091. Alright, got it.
Okay. All right, so now that we've done that, I can go over to my Meterpreter prompt, and I can say, run hello, and if I hit my tab key, it should spell out hello world without the .rb. Is that working for you guys?
Okay. My terminal just froze, so here we go. Okay, hello world.
Yeah, you shouldn't even have to type the whole thing out. Like if you type hello and hit your tab key, it should finish it.
Let's check them out here.
Did it work?
Waiting. Alright, doing something. Waiting. Yep. Worked.
All right, so now if I hit enter on that, a little slow to run, but prints out the message, right?
Yeah, you're right. A little slow to run. Waiting. And now it's very slow here.
Yep, did it finally run?
No, I'm still waiting. No, I did not. Okay. So I might be doing something. I got hello world, but I did not get this when I click enter. Okay, here we go. run it again, I guess. No, it did not run. I got Hello World, but I did not get the good, where you press enter to get the second line.
Yeah. It should just say hello world, right?
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Yeah. I only did this change because Scott asked. It should just say hello world.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I'm good then. Okay.
Scott was like, hey, let's stop using hello world because we use it everywhere.
Yeah, this world is cruel.
This world is cruel. So. Okay, so now that we've got that, you see here how we were able to run that.
Mm-hmm.
Now what I want you guys to do is we're going to do some VI. So for those of you who aren't comfortable with VI, sucks to be you. We're going to use it. Okay. So what I want you to do is we're going to use a line 1101. Line 1101. Now when we do line 1101, it should open up this script, right? And it'll have the word print status, goodbye cruel world. Did that happen, guys?
Waiting.
Line 1107.
Yep. Hello world.
Okay, you guys got hello world in there?
Yep. No, let me just show you. I don't think I had a complete. Okay.
Okay, we're doing line 1107.
Yeah, run it, but it seems that the script is empty. It shows that it edited two files to edit, and then but the file itself looks blank. I don't see. Hang on a second. Let me close one of these sessions here.
Yeah, no, we don't want to create a bunch of swap files.
Right,
Okay, are you running it in the regular window, not the Metasploit window?
I think that's what I did. I said, okay, I'm in the root of, let me. Yeah, I think in the Metasploit. Yeah, that's probably why. Hang on.
Okay.
You just go back, right? I'll create a new session.
Yeah, so just go to, you created a duplicate session, so when you're doing this VI stuff, you do it in your duplicate session.
Oh, okay, that's probably why. Okay, let me just do that.
Yeah, it should be right below where you did the line echo and all that stuff. It'll be in that window.
Okay. Here we go. There it goes. Let's put password again. You opened the second session kind of slow, so I don't know if.
Okay. You able to VI into it now?
I'm just waiting. When I created a duplicate session, prompt me to enter the password. I enter the password, now just waiting for that show.
Oh, just hit enter a few times.
Oh, still waiting. Sorry, everything just froze. Okay.
Did your machine go to sleep? Did your Windows machine go to sleep?
Uh,
On your Linux machine? No.
no, it's still up. Let me see if I can get a terminal from the Linux machine. No, actually everything froze.
So your Linux machine is locked up?
Yeah, the terminal that I was working on just froze. Okay, let me see if I can. Okay. I think it's going slowly, but it's going. So I see a response now. It should take another 50 seconds here.
It was weird.
Yeah, everything was working smoothly here. Yeah, nothing works.
Is your Meterpreter prompt still open?
Oh yeah.
Okay, and that's working?
Let me do a session. Oh no, this one is not working. The interpreter's not working. Just froze.
So it says Meterpreter, but it's dead?
Exactly, yeah, like I tried to click on it. Interesting.
Okay, so hit Control C where you've got Meterpreter, see if it comes back.
Okay. Control C. Nothing, no response. That's weird.
Both of your sessions are dying?
I'm sorry?
So both of your Linux sessions in PuTTY are dying?
Yeah, like no response at all. I click Control C in one, and on the one that I have active, I'm in duplicate. Doesn't show anything. Okay, let me close that out. Maybe that can be causing the
Your
problem.
IP address changed. Log into the virtual machine and do it.
The virtual machine on Windows 7 or Ubuntu?
Yeah, the actual virtual machine. Ubuntu, actually log into it inside of VMware. See if your IP address changed. Do an ifconfig.
Yeah, can I even close that? Completely froze. Okay, now responded. Hang on a second. Okay, suspend, cancel. Okay, let me see. Okay, I got something. One moment. It should froze. Should I relaunch it? Should close it and open it again, or?
Are you able to get into the virtual machine? VMware? Like this?
Okay. Yeah, it says suspend or power off. Should I suspend it or no?
No, you don't want to do any of that. Cancel.
Cancel. Okay. Now I'm waiting for response. Yeah, no, I was trying to get that, it's froze.
The virtual machine's closed?
No, it's open, boy. I just click on it. It's just completely, I cannot do anything pretty much. It's froze.
Okay, so in VMware, you can't get into the console like I'm in right now?
Right, exactly. Yep.
Okay. So try and see if you can reset it.
Okay.
So start guest.
Okay, star. Okay. Restart?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Sorry about that. Still, I click reset to start.
Is it restarting?
Virtual machine is busy. Okay, I get the prompt to say yes or no. Click yes. Okay, now it's doing it. Okay.
All right, so
Okay, restarting.
all right, if I were you, while it's restarting, I would go to line number 786.
786, okay.
800.
Okay.
And I would get that all set up in Notepad.
Okay, 786 to 800, okay.
Yeah. And remember that you might need the word sudo right there. Do that, change the IP address.
Okay. Okay. Sudo Metasploit, right? Sudo prior, okay. So it's sudo, yeah. Metasploit. Okay, I got the prompt again. Enter the password. Okay, and I just changed the local host, right, to my IP, to the IP of the
Of the Linux machine.
Linux machine. Okay, I got that. Let me get a terminal. Shell here. Okay.
Yep. And then with PuTTY, you can probably do PuTTY, just tell it restart session.
Restart session.
And you can paste all this back in PuTTY.
Okay.
It's just getting you back going quickly, that's all.
Okay, that's good. No, appreciate it.
And then I think for the students to see, this is good so that the students know how to do this kind of stuff if they get.
Yeah, because that's bound to happen.
Yeah, you gotta know how to do it. So I think you're seeing that I do almost everything with pastebin and text files. Like,
yeah, I noticed that. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been doing this with the text files. It's not even a teaching thing. I've been doing it this way for maybe 12 years.
Okay. All right, let me see if I got it. Okay, I got. All right, so just copy and paste the. My copy and paste is grayed out.
Man, your computer's being Blair Witch today, huh?
Yeah, what's going on? All right, let me try to use PuTTY. Close that out. All right, let's try that. That would be the faster way to do it. All right. Okay. Let me enter it. TJ6. Okay, waiting. All right, connecting now. All right, I'm back. Let me copy the script. Oh yeah, sudo.
Okay, so you pasted in 786 and 788?
Yes.
Okay.
76 and 788. No, not yet. Okay. I'm doing that right now. Okay, I don't think I need. Wow. I'm sorry, waiting. Oh, I have to put in the password, sorry. Slack. Okay, so now I got it.
Log in?
And, yeah, let's console. Waiting for the MS console.
Okay, so the console's starting now?
Yeah, starting now. Yep.
Okay. And then just paste in all the other stuff all the way down to exploit-j.
Got it. Yep. It's coming up.
All right, you're probably going to need to turn off the firewall, so you probably need to paste in 784 as well. Since you restarted, it probably turn your firewall back on.
Okay, on the placement, right?
Yeah.
784. Okay. Just 784?
Well, yeah, just because since it restarted, it probably turned your firewall back on.
Okay. All right. So 784. From the MS console?
Yeah, if you hit enter on MSF console, it should return you back to a prompt, and it'll take that command.
Okay, that's like sudo. Okay. So now I take the rest of the command, right? Oh, there we go. Use.
Okay, got it all set up?
Yep. Is. Okay.
Now it should say server started, local IP, all that good stuff.
Yep. Let's see. Okay, localhost message sent it to your Ubuntu IP address and came up exploit J. Okay. Did my IP maybe change? Let's just. All right, let me check very quick. ifconfig. No, it's the same. Okay. Exploit running as background job. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so
So that
now
means
that you've got
okay.
that,
Mm-hmm.
you're just going to go back to Windows, right? And then you're just going to rerun him connecting to the link.
Oh, okay, so run that again. Okay.
Okay?
Okay, so in the stage. Meterpreter.
Okay? All right, now in your other window, since Metasploit's working now, in your other window, you have a duplicate session, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay, is that duplicate session active, or do you need to restart it?
Let me just double check. Oh, I think I need to restart it, but let me see. No, actually, no, I do not have it, so I just selected another one by now, because since we restarted.
Okay. All right, so in that other session, is that active? Can you drive around the command prompt?
Okay, yeah, I'm entering my password now. In a second. Okay, so now I'm logged on. Yeah, the second session, yes.
Okay. Now on the second session, I want you to paste in line 1091.
1091, got it. Okay, 1091, okay.
Did it work?
Yes.
Okay. Now go over to your Metasploit session where Metasploit is running. You should have those sessions there. You want a sessions -I number 1 and interact with that first session. And then you want to run line 1099, run hello world.
Okay.
Let me know if that works.
Okay, just waiting. All right, so successful migrated the process. So what? Just.
Yep, hit enter a few times.
Okay.
Okay, now sessions -I space number 1.
-I space number 1. Is that in interaction with 1? Okay, now I got my interpreter.
Okay, now you say run space hello world.
Run, okay. Hello world. Yep, hello world.
Okay. Now in our other session window, our other putty window, we're going to jump over there and we're going to do line 107.
107, that's the BI, okay. Alright. Another 107, okay. There we go. Now I got it.
Okay. Yep. Now it should open up where a sign that says print status hello world.
Yeah, exactly what I got.
Okay. So now here, now that we're all here, I want you to hit DD. Delta Delta. Just type DD. When you type DD, what happens to your screen?
Deletes the line.
Yeah.
Yeah, the line went away, right? So this is one of the tricks that you can do in BI. You need to delete a line, just DD. Okay, now what I want you to press is I. So just press the lowercase letter I. Okay, nothing happened to your screen, right?
Correct.
Okay, but if you type keys, do you notice that now you can type?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so delete that stuff you just typed. Now what we want to do is we want to grab line 1110 and 1111. 1110 and 1111. We want to just paste them in right here.
Okay.
Okay, so does it say print underscore error? This is an error. And print underscore line, this is a line. Does it say that?
Correct, yes.
Okay, well that's what we wanted. Okay. So, I want you to press your escape key. I pressed my escape key a couple of times. Okay, everybody, escape key a few times. Now, I want you to do shift and colon. Shift and colon. Colon's going to be right next to the L on your keyboard. Shift and colon. Okay? How many of you guys notice your cursor went to the bottom left of your screen? That happened to you guys?
Yes.
Escape, shift colon, your cursor should drop to the bottom of the screen with a colon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I want you to type WQ. That's for write and quit. So that's kind of how you save, write, save, and quit, exit. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Press enter, should pop you right out.
Yep.
Okay, what you're going to do is you're going to go right over to your Metasploit session, up arrow, hit the up arrow, and just rerun Hello World.
Oh, sweet.
Does that make sense, guys?
Makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, Roland, I don't know what that scratching is. I don't know what that is, buddy. Okay, so what I want you guys to do now here what they're trying to show you is how the structure of a typical post module looks.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So we def, remember what that is?
This method?
There you go. And then you always want to run it against the current session.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So in other words, the session that I'm on right now, run this against it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, how many of you guys notice it's tabbed over? You see this tab?
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So you say def, then whatever you want to call it. Then you hit the tab key, right? And you're going to have begin, rescue, and end. Now, are you guys noticing it's tab begin?
Mm-hmm.
See that?
Right.
Okay? So this is the base structure that you're looking at.
But this is just for structure, though. This isn't really a requirement to tab
Absolutely not.
these lines. Right?
Absolutely
Yeah.
not a requirement
It's just
at all.
looks right. Right.
Right. Just trying to get you guys to start seeing how to write this out. Okay? So this is the construct that you use when you try to write your scripts, right? So you define it, you begin it, you build in error handling, right? And then you end it. Make sense, guys?
Makes sense.
Okay.
Is this a defined structure inside of Metasploit that everybody has to stick to when they're writing modules?
Yes, otherwise you'll be kicked back.
All right, good.
Yeah, so that was one of the things that really kind of happened with the new post module infrastructure. So before, when people were just writing Meterpreter scripts, they really weren't that stringent. But now they've kind of got a style guide and how they want the stuff to look, and this is in accordance with that style guide.
Mhm.
Now, what's cool about using this GitHub to collect this stuff, like every day you update Metasploit, it's going to pull down new files, right? Well, if you wrote your own scripts, like we're writing our own scripts stay in our install of Metasploit. So as long as you follow this structure, you can be writing your own scripts. And your own scripts will be in there, and as you get updates, all it does is pull down the new ones right around it.
Mm-hmm.
So it becomes kind of cool as you start to meet more guys who are Metasploit developers. You'll start to hang out with those guys, and you'll see that they just have way more modules than you do, and way more exploits than you do. Like the machine will boot up, and Metasploit will start, and however many exploits that you have, they'll have like, 1 or 200 more exploits than you. It's because they write their own exploits. Or they'll have a whole bunch more auxiliary modules than you, because they write their own auxiliaries. Make sense?
Makes sense.
Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to go back, up arrow on the command prompt session, right, and VI that file again. Okay, now how do we delete a line in VI? What do we type?
DD.
Okay, I DD, that's only one line. How do I delete the next one?
DD again.
DD again. Now, if I try to type, I can't type because I'm not in insert mode. Do you remember what key I pressed to get into insert mode?
I.
So I press I, that puts me in insert mode. Okay, being in insert mode, now I can copy and paste stuff and type stuff. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab lines 1132 all the way down to 1145. 1132 all the way down to 1145. Grab that.
In BI, what do you press after DD?
What are you trying to do?
We copy it. Where I'm copy and paste this?
Okay, so are you in insert mode?
No. Where do I press to get into insert mode?
I.
Oh, okay. Okay, now it is.
There you go. So I'm going to do the same thing as you guys. I'm going to copy all of that. Okay, so I press I. Now I already have an I there, so that means I'm already in insert mode. I paste this in. Did it paste in for you guys?
Yep.
Okay. Now, I want you guys to hit escape and shift colon. So escape, shift colon. Did it put your cursor back in the lower left-hand bracket?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Try this. Set space number. Set space number.
Okay.
Okay, hit enter.
And press enter.
Uh-huh.
Cool.
Okay. Got yourself some line numbers?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so we start off, we say def get info, and we run it against what?
Sysinfo.
There you go. So we run that against the session. And now, you see how this script is following that structure I told you guys about?
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to begin. And in this begin, it creates a variable called sysinfo. Now he does session.sys.config.sysinfo. He has another one called runpriv, right? So session.sys.config.getuid. And now here we got some of these print status things, right? So we go with our print status line that you already learned a little while ago, and we're going to say getting system information. Now we're going to use these as placeholders, right? So you're going to print, okay, the target machine is space, and then right there it's going to be hashtag squiggly mark something. And that's because it's a placeholder for the sysinfo data or the computer name data or the run privilege data. Make sense, guys?
Makes sense.
Okay. Yep. So now you're seeing how yesterday when we were learning that hashtag squiggly is just a placeholder. Now what you see down in line 9 is how it handles error messages.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is an error handling routine. So now if there's an error, we want to print the error. And then you see how we say the following error was encountered?
Mm-hmm.
And then we have a placeholder for E.
Right.
Okay. So it prints the following error message, it ends it, then it ends that main function, and then the call the function, that's this down here.
Get E for client.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit my escape key. Okay, then I'm going to hit Shift colon. Does that put your cursor in the bottom left corner, guys?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to do WQ. Does anybody remember what that does?
Right. Quit.
Good job. Right and quit. Now, over in my Meterpreter session, I'm going to go right back here. I'm going to up arrow. And I'm going to run Hello World again. Okay, does your Meterpreter script run?
Target machine OS Win7 build 7600.
Very good. Very good.
Mine did not run. Hang on. Oh, I gotta go to the Shepherd. Okay. Okay, here we go. It's the wrong.
Doing okay?
Okay. Nope. Hello. Yep. Got it.
Excellent. Okay. This time, we want to go back to that command prompt window. We want to up arrow. We want to VI this whole thing again. Okay? So we open up this script. Now I want you to keep pressing DD until it's all gone. Does anybody remember what DD does?
Delete.
Okay, so you delete everything?
Yep.
Okay, how do you get into insert mode?
I.
Press I, that puts you in insert mode, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now that you're in insert mode, I want you to grab all of line 1157 1157 I think I got a mistake here. And you're going to go 1157 to 1181.
Okay.
Okay. So let me grab 1157 all the way down to 1181. And now I'm going to paste all that in. Okay, now escape, shift colon. Okay, escape, shift colon. What does that do?
Gets it ready for exit
Okay.
writing.
Yeah, so we call that command mode, right? So I'll say set space number. Okay, did that give you line numbers?
Yes.
Okay, so let's go through it. Okay, so what's the first method called?
Sec.
Uh-huh. And then what is it working on? What are the arguments that it's working on?
The command list.
And? Yeah, but it's list exec is working on what and what?
Oh, the session, yeah.
Uh-huh.
CMD list, yep.
Okay. All right. So the very next line is going to be print status. This is what's going to show up on the screen. It says running command list. It creates a variable called R. Right? Session.response timeout is 120. Okay, so for command list, do each command. And then he's going to print the status, run in the command. And then every time I taught you guys, right, hashtag squiggly, what's that?
Placeholder.
That's the placeholder, right? So you're going to do R equals session.sys process execute. What do you have here?
Yeah, that's a shell, right?
Right. So cmd.exe/c is one of the ways you can programmatically execute system commands. So you see that placeholder? Right? So whatever is in your list of commands, it's going to be executed one at a time. So after that, what you're seeing that you have is you have it hidden and you have it channelized, right? So what does that mean? That means you don't want a pop-up box, a pop-up command prompt to show on the victim computer while you're doing this. Hidden and channelized. Channelized means over the same session and channel that I'm working on, I want the input and output. So now you say while, right, while D, r.channel read, so read this channel, print status D. So in other words, anything that's coming off the channel, I want to what?
Print it.
Yeah, print it, put it on the screen, right? Okay, then you end it, close the channel. If there's any problems, right, if there's any problems, print error running command, right? It'll print the command that he's having a problem with. It'll print the class of the error, and then it'll print the error message itself. Make sense, guys?
Yep.
Now we get down here, we have another thing, another list, and what's it called?
Man, so.
So he's going to run the set command. He's going to run the ipconfig/all command, and he's going to run what? Uh-huh.
Grab the MAC address.
There you go. So now that we got that, let's escape, shift colon, and WQ. Escape, shift colon, WQ. And that should pop us out of it, right, guys? Okay, so I'm going to go back over to my Meterpreter command prompt, right? And I'm going to hit up arrow and run hello world again. You see how it's running all those commands?
Okay, mine, you got an error. Error running command run. Syntax error. What is that? Hello space. Okay, script, paste that. Okay. Yeah, I went back to my interpreter, tried to run the script and did not run.
Okay, so you did a run hello world, and what did it say?
Okay, hello world. And it says error running command run, syntax error, /home, /thread tools, and go back to the script.
Okay, so that just means it wasn't, you didn't paste everything in it correctly.
Okay, so now I go back to VI again.
Yeah, go back to VI, delete everything in it, and paste it all back in.
Okay. Okay. DD. Okay, do I
Huh?
go to line, okay, 157 to, okay, to 1181.
Huh?
Base, escape, Control Shift O, set number, okay, escape again, Control Shift, WQ, is saved, come back, run hello world, and get the same syntax error.
Okay, so go back to your VI.
Okay, I'll open it again. Okay, it's open.
Okay, take your arrow key and go all the way up to the very top of the paste.
Okay. You know what, I'm missing something. Hang on, I think.
Yeah, I think you didn't put it in insert mode when you pasted.
Okay, let me delete again. Insert mode. Okay, now I can see the insert. It is there. Copy it again. Okay, I think I missed something here. Copy. You paste it. Escape. Shift count. Set number. Enter. Give me line. Let me go to the top. Can you show me the numbering on your screen, please, if you don't mind? I don't have line number 1. Why is that?
Probably when you're probably not refreshing your pastebin.
Oh. Okay, because I see the problem. Okay, now they refresh. All right, I guess I have to do the D again. Okay, DD, I, oops. Why does it show number 1 there? Like when I do DD, it doesn't show me, okay, that's for the line, number 1?
Yep.
Okay, so now if I do I, insert, issue, okay, so now it's open. Okay, so now let me go back to 1181 up to, okay, 1157, copy this. Okay, no, I'm getting the same issue.
What do you have for line number 1?
I don't have line number 1.
You don't have line numbers?
Okay, let me set number. All right. The numbers I have are from 4 all the way down to 25, but I don't have line number 1.
Arrow key and just scroll up higher.
Okay, arrow key. Okay. Oh, it is there. I'm sorry. Yeah, it is there. I used the arrow key. Okay. So now do
Shift colon WQ.
WQ. Oh, okay. So now go back to the interpreter.
Yep.
Oh, bing, bada, boom.
And now it runs everything, yeah?
Yes. Thank you.
So now, do you see how, like, for each one, he's like, okay, running the command list. Now he's running the command set. This is the set command, right? The set command is how you get your environment variable data. Then he's like, okay, well, now I'm going to run the command ipconfig/all. There's all that data. Then he's like, okay, well, now I'm going to run the command what?
Yeah. To get the MAC address. No?
There you go. Okay. So I'm going to control L. Now, I want you guys to think about something this way. You guys are familiar with remote desktop, right? Okay. How do you enable remote desktop? Like if you're on a computer and remote desktop isn't turned on, how do you enable remote desktop?
Right-click on the computer, go to Properties in the remote area. You just enable it and add a user to it.
There you go.
Or you can do it over the registry across the network if you're smart.
There you go. Now let's take this up a notch. I want you to type in Google, enable RDP via command line.
Enable
Okay, so we got a couple of ways, right? Scott said, well, hey, we can do it through the My Computer way, right? There's a reg poke that we can do. The only problem with the reg poke is that we'd have to do add in the user to the proper group, right? Okay, that's perfect. So now I say, how do I do this via command line? Did you guys see one of the links is this windows-commandline.com, enable remote desktop? Did you guys see one of these links in your Google search?
Yes.
Okay, open that up. Okay, now you remember how Scott said, hey, just enable it in the registry? Okay, so do you see here how he says, okay, go to this place in the registry and set this value from f-deny ts connections to 0. Then he says if you want to do it, you can do it with this whole one line. Right? So that's how you enable it, and here's how you disable it. Right? And it's basically a matter of setting f-deny ts connections from a 0 to a 1. Right? 0 to enable, 1 to disable. Right? Okay. So I'm here. I'm going to escape WQ. Right? I want you to up arrow. I want you to backspace through the word hello world. And I want you to change hello world to get GUI. GET GUI.RB. Get GUI. GET GUI.rb. So you're going to VI that file.
Okay. What is that? Okay. GT.
Yeah, GET.GUI.rb. Right? Get GUI.
Okay.
Okay? So let's VI that file. Right? Shift:set number. Okay? So we come down. Okay? His session equals what, guys, on line 12?
Client.
Okay, host name is, how does he get the host name on the computer?
From the sysconfig sysinfo.
There you go. Now what happens is he writes this file name. So this is how he can do timestamping of the file, because he takes the file name and then he adds, see that? He takes the file name and then he adds today's current time. Right now, year, month, date. See that?
Mm-hmm.
Creates a directory called logs, right? So as he's running this stuff, he can like make logs and dump the log info into it. And now if we get down on 27 to 31, we can take some command line options, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we can take help, we can take E for, what does E do?
Enable RDPO.
Okay, -P.
The password is user to add.
Okay, -U.
The user wrote the name of the
Okay,
user to add.
there you go, -F.
And forward RDP connection.
Okay, so now in line 33 he has a new, what's that called if you start with the word def?
And the method.
There you go. So this method is called usage. Then you jump down on line 44 and he enables what? What's it called? What's this method called?
Enable RD.
Yeah. So now, do you see the key that he's using? Line 45?
Uh-huh. General server.
Uh-huh. And then the value?
Yeah. Everything is constant. Wow.
Okay. Does that look like that?
Yep.
Okay. And he needs to set that value to what to enable it?
To 0.
Okay. So now, if you go and you look at the code, it says B, right, begin on line 48, 47, B equals registry, get value data, the key value, print the status. If B equals what?
1. Enable. Disable.
Uh-huh.
Then.
And then you see how on line 51 and 52, if it's a 1, I know it's disabled. So he's going to use line 52 where he's got the set value section, right?
To 0.
Uh-huh. And then you see in line 53, he writes to a log file that he did that. That's all. Right? And then if that's the case, if that's not the case, he has this else print status. Hey man, RDP is what? On 55?
RDP is already enabled.
Uh-huh.
So he escaped, right? It doesn't continue.
Yeah. So now if it blows up, line 57, 57, 58, what? If it blows up, what do I say?
The following error was encountered.
Uh-huh. So now could you take this method and use this method as a template for any registry change that you need to make?
Oh, definitely. Sure.
You see it? Okay. Now, if you look here, check out line 64, right? What's this method do?
Okay, this enable terminal server services.
Right, it's the service, right?
Mm-hmm.
So here you see how it's like, hey, if this service, if v does not equal 2, right, it changes term service to auto, and you can see that you do that with the scconfig terminal service start, right? Then after that, he runs the command sc start term service. Does this make sense, guys?
Makes sense.
Now, anybody who's done a whole lot of command line Windows administration, this is some fairly trivial stuff, isn't it?
Yep.
It's fairly trivial stuff. But now do you see how with your first method, you've learned how to manage the registry, right? So that can be your template. Anytime I need to make registry changes, use this template. Make sense?
Makes sense.
Okay. Anytime I need to make service changes, what?
Use that one? Mm-hmm.
Use this one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, if I want to add users, that's what this one's for, huh?
Mm.
Make sense, guys?
Makes sense. Yep.
Now, guys, again, like, how many of us are familiar with the old net user commands?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can't say that it's like, oh my god, hard, right?
Right.
It's just you kind of don't know the structure of how Metasploit kind of wants it. You know, but now that you know this, use it in your template, right? Like, in terms of post-exploitation, what are you really going to do except modify the registry, modify services, user account management, right? I mean, every hack you're going to do in terms of post-exploitation is going to come from some of this stuff, right? Or I should rephrase that. Should encompass some of this stuff. Okay?
So this module here, is there any error checking in beyond the service enablement to see if the port's been obfuscated or not?
No, you have to find a script.
Because that's something that people do an awful lot, is change the listening port.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. Wow, you got a lot of noise there, bud. I don't know. Are you wearing like a lapel mic?
No, just one of those just regular headset.
I don't know, buddy. Yeah, so Scott, to answer your question, I have not seen a whole lot of obfuscation like you're talking about. Not in recent years. Years ago, you used to see people who would do stuff like compromise a server and run FTP on a non-standard port. You know, run SSH on a non-standard port after they broke into a machine. Used to see stuff like that. Haven't really seen a lot of stuff like that these days. Normally what you're seeing these days is one way or another, they're really focused on not obfuscating the listening port because the victim host is behind a firewall. They're obfuscating the way that the victim host beacons out to the attacker, right? And they're making that, you know, either a protocol hop or go over DNS or go over HTTPS. You know, that's generally the obfuscation mechanism I see today. Not so much obscuring the service. The reason that you're going to end up modifying either the registry or a running service or like a task scheduler is because you're probably looking for persistence, right? You're only doing this kind of stuff if you want it to stay persistent through reboots. So if you need your malware to stay persistent through a reboot, you're either going to modify the registry or you're going to modify like the all user startup folder, or you're going to do something like task scheduler or schedule a service. Right? So this is more persistence is that kind of stuff. Does that answer your question, bud?
Yeah, I mean, I've just seen where people have gone in, across enterprises and changed from 3389 to 554.3, right? Just so, when somebody's scanning around looking for RDP sessions, that it's not obvious that they're open. That's all.
Right.
I just wondered if there was some error checking in there to check that. Say, okay, great, RDP is open, but is it actually listening on 3389?
Well, I think in the context of this script is offensive, though, right? So if you broke it,
I just the thought process. That's all.
Right. For a defensive process, if you're defensive scanning, what I would say to do is you have something like Nessus in your environment. Vulnerability scanning solution in your environment, Nessus, Qualys, something like that.
Yeah. We got Nessus.
Okay. What I would say to do is in the Nessus scan settings, to ensure that it scans a higher number of ports, Nessus is a good example of something that isn't port dependent, where if it finds a non-standard service running on a different port, it still runs all the checks for that service. So I would just say, if you're looking for that kind of stuff in the environment, just open up Nessus so that it does a more intrusive scan for more ports.
Right, got it.
Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. I think we did pretty good. How was your little foray into Meterpreter scripting, huh?
Yeah, that's good stuff.
A little different, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, guys, so what I think we're going to do, let's take 15, take ourselves a little break, stretch your legs, smoke if you got them, come back, and we'll do a little bit more, okay?
Sounds good.
All right,
Okay.
take it light.
All right.